Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another DC Extended Universe topic video, where today we're going to be talking about something that's been kind of circulating around the internet for a few days now, and it's a topic that I feel really needed to be discussed because it sort of affects, in a hypothetical way, the future of the DC Extended Universe and DC and Warner Brothers' future films. And that basically is the question of, is there a DC Extended Universe crisis going on? Now, the topic in and of itself is basically concerning a bunch of sort of reports and rumors going around right now considering DC and Warner Brothers and how they're reacting to the BVS reception. And I'll get to those in a minute, but essentially it's basically stating, is DC and Warner Brothers in a flux right now? Are they worried about the future of the franchise? Are they kind of looking back with regret at the path that they've taken for this universe? And it's a tough question to answer because a lot of factors go into this. You can't really just take things at face value, but with the reports that we have and some of the things that have happened, some of the things that haven't happened, there's kind of weight to both sides of the argument. But we're going to go ahead and get into what's been happening recently to cause this rumor to kind of circulate. So the first really big report to come out of this was the idea of Seth-Grahame. The official report is stating that he left under creative differences, and this could mean a number of things, but at the end of the day it ultimately means he and Warner Brothers weren't seeing eye to eye on what the movie should be. And that might seem like a big problem, but this isn't really like that uncommon of an occurrence to happen. If I may be so bold, Marvel has had this happen to them as well, and many will cite the Edgar Wright fiasco that happened with Ant-Man, and actually most recently, they weren't directors that were signed on, but they were directors that were in talks with Black Panther, and I think a few left that project. So in terms of it being maybe Warner Brothers is scaring off directors, I don't think that's exactly it. It could just be that over the course they just did not really agree with how the film should be presented. This actually happened also with Wonder Woman too, I believe. So I mean, I don't think it's something to really worry about to a great deal. I mean, we take a look at Seth-Grahame's resume, and I mean, no disrespect to the guy, but we see things like writing the screenplay for Dark Shadows and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and, you know, I don't think it's a huge loss. I'm sure that they can get someone else to basically do the same thing for the Flash movie. Like, at the end of the day, it's just, they just didn't agree, and this happens, it sucks, but I don't think it's really anything to give credence to sort of discord at Warner Brothers and DC. After that, we had a bunch of sites sort of reporting that James Wan was actually getting sort of cold feet or nervousness towards doing Aquaman, and that he might be trying to leave himself. And this might have given a little bit more sort of fuel to the fire that things are going downhill at Warner Brothers, but on Sunday, James Wan actually tweeted out a picture of him with the Aquaman mural. So we can be led to believe that there's really nothing to worry about. He's probably still very much doing Aquaman. It seems safe for now. Now, there were talks of Aftershock still happening to Aquaman, and talking with the guys at Super Friends, the biggest thing that we can come to is that Aquaman might just get delayed to make room for a Batman movie, which honestly I don't think that's a huge loss. Number one, it gives more time to work on Aquaman to kind of fit it in with the universe and kind of make it as good as it can be. And number two, we get another Batman movie with Ben Affleck very soon, so that would be really cool. That's just me. Number three, and this is the big kicker and kind of the one that I think is one of the most believable, although the Seth-Grahame thing was confirmed, so that is 100% believable, but is the idea that Snyder and Warner Brothers are sort of butting heads, that they're not really getting along right now, and I can really kind of see this, honestly. Again, this isn't confirmed, no one has really come out and said that this is in fact happening, but I mean, if we take a look at everything that's happened, Batman v Superman, it turned a profit for Warner Brothers, but as a whole, it really kind of underperformed in their eyes. Like, it didn't even get to $1 billion that they were hoping for. A movie with the Trinity in it for the first time ever didn't get to $1 billion. I think right now it's like at 875, maybe a little bit more than that. but it seems like it's not even gonna hit 900 million. And if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, because the whole box office thing isn't my strong suit, but I remember that's what it was the last time I checked. But if we look at this, it would seem kind of reasonable that Warner Bros. Would be a little angry, a little unsettled by this, because what we saw essentially with the whole DC slate and Zack Snyder kind of producing everything, they kind of doubled down on Zack Snyder's vision. They kind of just went with it saying, this is going to be great, we're going to go ahead with this, and then BVS comes out. Reviews are scathing, to say the least, and you have to wonder, maybe there's some trepidation there. Maybe WB executives are looking at this and saying, did we make a mistake? Is Zack Snyder the guy for this universe? And I'm not going to get into my answer on that, because I'm sure you guys already know my answer on that, but you have to wonder, maybe they're trying to change stuff around, maybe they're looking to go into a different direction. Zack Snyder's still doing Justice League, that's already happening, so there's really no change there, but perhaps they're looking at maybe just changing the direction of the universe. Maybe they're having some people look over Zack's shoulder to kind of make sure he's sticking with this new direction. And this kind of comes down to the final big thing about this video. Is there a crisis? It depends how you look at it. Like, it's very early on in their universe, so I mean, they still have, I think, plenty of time to kind of change course and make different plans. From what we've seen, the actual phase, the whole little DC film slate, is very fluid, because they moved Wonder Woman up, I think, a few weeks, and the rumor could be right now that Aquaman's going to be pushed back, so nothing is definitely set in stone. So there is enough time, I think, to kind of change things around, but maybe I can see Warner Brothers sort of frantically looking around, maybe trying to see how to fix what's going on. But I mean, the thing with Seth-Grahame, I don't really think that's a huge deal personally. James Wan is still there, so Aquaman still has a big guy attached to it, someone who seems really passionate about the project. So at the end of the day, I think it's going to mostly come down to Warner Brothers is looking at Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman. If these two movies that don't have Zack Snyder at the helm do good, then they may have a new game plan. They may be able to get some confidence going and try to get a new direction. But if they don't, then there might indeed be a crisis and there might be a huge overhaul. We're not exactly sure what will happen then, but overall, I think we kind of need to just keep calm for right now. I don't think there's really any need to be worried. They might just be changing things around based on BVS. At the end of the day, guys, that's just my personal opinion. What really matters is what you guys think. Go ahead and leave your answers down in the comments saying, do you think they're in a crisis? Why or why not? Do you agree with this video? Do you disagree? If you did like this video, guys, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out. If you want to see more of our content, go ahead and subscribe to the Hybrid Network for more of our discussion videos, our podcasts, and our comic reviews as they come out. Once again, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.